welcome to this video. I'm Nakira for those of you that do not know. In this video I just wanted to do a get to know my mindset vlog, simply because I think it's really powerful to set intentions from the start of everything that you're doing, and as my channel is progressing now and the audience is starting to build and things like that, I want everyone to know where I'm coming from, and for me to ground myself in my intention now, to set the foundation, to set the floor, to set that structure, and for us to just grow from here and go from here. I have so many exciting ideas of just where I want to take this community, where I want to take this building, where I want to take all of this, and not even take, where I want to flow. Like, I feel like it's so powerful, like what words we use as well, but again, I'll build on that with everyone here in the future so much more. But yeah, for right now I'm going to reflect on the past months of my life. Where in the world have I been? Where in the world have I been? Within myself and my journey. And you know, everyone's often here just for the highs of the journey, but I want to be totally present with everyone, because I believe that examples being set are so powerful, and that when you see someone else doing it and really sticking to and thriving at their word, then you also will be able to achieve that and thrive at that. So let's really go for it. Let's get this energy, let's get this chi. So if I reflect upon the past couple of months and like where I've been at in my journey, and where I've been at in my life so far as well, I've had it in the past, I've had traumatic experiences, and then over the past couple of months all of that has been surging up, and obviously I know why it's been surging up, for me to deal with it and just like move on, but it was just so intense, so emotionally intense. I've said it vlog after vlog after vlog and I feel like that's become like kind of like a theme with the emotions, just emotional intensity. And then all of that had to go out of the window, because I find like for this year, 2022 in particular, is a year of play, but I'll touch on that later on in the video. But yeah, so I had like traumatic experiences, you know, healing from family trauma, healing from my own traumas with myself, freeing myself from certain programming. So I was definitely dealing with that a lot over the past couple of months. I also felt overwhelmed and a lack of support, and that had been like, again, through trauma, through programmings, through just going through rapid changes in my life and feeling like, hey, who can I call? And my mind had me thinking there was no one, and often the mind obviously does this, you know, to challenge you, to test you, to see where your heart is at. And then so I felt really isolated for a moment in time. Also as well, I moved out of where I was before. The house was nice, the people in the house were nice. I had issues here and there, but that's where you go wherever in life. Like, there may be issues for you to resolve within yourself from the space. Like, I believe like where I was before taught me so much. So yeah, now let's move on to the negative moments from the past couple of months. Honestly, it was emotionally intense, as I've said, and I spent many days in bed trying to make survival plans. And as you guys will know from my previous video where I was talking about you are thriving, not surviving, and that is now like a mantra, a foundation for me, because and not even just now, it has been, but then I let go of that because of what I was going through. Like, we all, well, I say that we all do it, but I know that I definitely do it. Like, when I'm under the weather, under my emotions, and I'm not necessarily practicing my self-faith, then I allow my environment to negatively impact me, instead of to look at it as the truth of the matter, which is, this is a challenge testing your character. This is a challenge saying to you, hey, you spend every day meditating, you spend every day trying to be a positive person, yet in the moments where you need yourself, are you there for you? Like, are you really there for you? So that was the challenge, and I definitely fell under that challenge. I'll hold my hands up and just be like so honest about that. I fell under, and I needed to reach out, and I needed help, and that showed me that yeah, that I was in survival mode for so long over that period of time, because I wasn't willing to let go of old things, because I wasn't being present with myself, because I was trying to survive and see what I can do to get out of the situation, or see what I can do to be over here and not just be here in this struggle, because I'd gone through trauma, I'd gone through this, I'd gone through that. So because I was trying to escape all of these feelings, escapism, I didn't allow myself to really sink in what I was feeling and be present with what I was feeling, and I ultimately hindered myself. So let's talk about how I actually raised the vibe, how I turned everything around, and how I came back for the business. First of all, I spoke out, first to spirit, and then of course to my ancestors and to my family. I just asked for so much help. There is a field that I go to all the time when I'm upset. I go there when I'm upset, when I'm happy. It's just become like my home for my emotions, because I've been going there since I was a young child, just intuitively. So I attended therapy, and finally finally cried out what I needed to cry out. And of course, not all of it. I'm still working through that process and just being present with truly how I feel about everything that's happened. So yeah, but I finally got into therapy, which was so needed, because I believe that there's power in certain spaces, especially because, you know, boundaries. I'm gonna make so many videos on boundaries and just how powerful boundaries can truly be. Sometimes your emotions need a certain safe space, someone appropriate to hold them. Sometimes you try and carry your water to the wrong well and it ends up getting wasted. And I feel like for me, with everything that I've been through, that's just something that I can't bear to see or bear to happen again, because that just is so triggering and so alarming. And now that I have my own responsibility as well, I have to make sure that my heart is tended to appropriately. So yeah, therapy was just like top tier, something that I really appreciate. Shout out to my therapist. I really appreciate that she holds space for me and just listens. I've literally never had that before. And I'll tell you guys, I'll be so transparent with you guys, like one of my programmings is that I often think that my emotions are a burden simply because of my past experiences. I could allow myself to think that I'm a burden, that my emotions are burdensome, that if someone's not here, like if someone's not perfect within their own lives, then it's hard for me to go to them and just be like, hey, can you hold me? Hey, can you listen to me? Like it's hard for me to ask that. Even if they're a close person to me, it's just hard for me, again, because of these programmings. And then so even when I'm in therapy, I'm just saying to my therapist, like, are you okay though? Like, are you okay? And she's just and she's like, listen, I have, like, she always reaffirms me and reassures me that she has someone to speak to, she has someone to, you know, go to with her emotions, and that the floor is all mine. But honestly, I'm not used to the floor always being mine, and I feel like that is also as well a little bit of like healer's curse, as they say, where you're used to people coming to you and allowing your vessel to be the one where the energy flows through and where a lot of cleansing happens. So now that when you need to return the favor and it's with like other human beings, not the trees, like I cry to the trees all the time, but when it's just other humans where you just need to get your thing out, you don't necessarily take the floor for yourself. And I know that is me. Like I just don't naturally take the floor for myself, because I feel like a certain sense of responsibility. So that is like a program that I'm definitely working through and just getting to the bottom of, because again, it's something that I have planted in my subconscious mind that I need to take out. Lastly, how I turned myself around and how I raised these vibrations was I went to a cacao ceremony in London. You guys would have seen the vlogs. That was just like so necessary. I've attended a cacao ceremony before, it was so sacred, but this one was just top tier, because like the breath work, the people, the space, and the fact that I went there with such a powerful intention as well, because I could just feel that there was something in my heart that needed shifting, and there definitely was, you know, these programmings, these heavy feelings, everything that I'd been through in the past couple of months, moving out, dealing with traumas, being triggered by certain things again, like, you know what I mean? So it was like all these layers up in one time. And then so I was like, you know what, my heart needs some help, and I surely got it. Like I surely got it, and that's why it's so powerful to ask. And to anyone who is like me, who is, you know, hesitant asking for help, I would say practice being vulnerable day by day. That is something that I'm doing at the moment, practicing being vulnerable day by day, just like in little ways to show yourself, hey, it's okay to ask for help. That's just a little tip. For me, it's a holistic journey, you know, mind, body, soul, spirit. So I can't be okay in the mind and then not be okay in the spirit. I can't be okay in the body but then not be okay in my emotions. Like it doesn't make sense. I believe it's just my body, my being is one flowing ship. And then so I have my therapist for my mind, my journal for my emotions, my spirit team, my soul team. And I just tend to it like that, and I just keep it flowing like that. And I feel like ultimately what kind of like went wrong was that because I had been just so out of routine trying to survive, I didn't allow for flow. I didn't allow for flow through the mind, through the body, through the spirit, through the soul. So in a way I feel like for the past 22 years of my life, I've actually been nowhere in this world, because the world isn't the world that I see externally to me. The world is my being, my body especially. You know, it's the feminine energy that brings in the matter of the situation. So if I'm not here within myself, if I'm not present with myself, then I'm nowhere. And that's exactly how I felt. I remember saying to my mum, like, as I broke down crying, I was like, Mum, I feel dead. I feel like I've died. And I really meant what I said by that. I just felt like this looming death feeling over me, because I've realised, like, I made that switch between life and death, or death and life, and that now that I'm on this side, I realise, looking back, like, how dead I have actually been. Like, even though I've been conscious to a lot of things and feeling things, it's been selective, tapping in, tapping out, not truly sitting in all that I am. And I feel like obviously I'm still in a journey to fully embrace this new side of myself, or not even new side, like, I'm on a journey to embrace this new, but I know that I'm not there anymore. So let's get real and talk about how I failed and why I actually even used the word failed. I'm not going to get into the etymology today. I was going to say that I am, but I'm not going to. But the reason why I say the word failed is because, again, to fully be present with myself, I fully have to accept everything that I've been through, everything and every aspect of it, and in some way I did fail myself. In some way I wasn't there for myself. So for me, that results in failure. But then if we shift perspective, shift angles, failure is just another lesson, another chance to choose yourself again. Yeah, I was still trying to relight old ashes. And again, I'm referencing that fire video that I made about lighting a flame. And I really didn't at the time know how much lighting that flame would enlighten me, lighting that flame and just meditating on that fire, that bonfire that I made for myself just to clear my mind one cloudy day. I didn't realise how powerful that flame would be. But really, that flame and lighting that bonfire really led me to this moment right now. So I'm so thankful. I realised within myself that there was a need for me to be completely new in everything that I'm approaching. And again, a new, like, new being rising again. Because if you look at the letter U, it's like you've been here before and we're just going back. That's all that you're doing. Consciousness, coming down to the earth, enjoying your time and going back up to you. You know what I mean? So, and literally it's like a U-turn, a new you. So yeah, I had to be completely new, completely myself, completely free from everything before. So you know how I said I felt like death, like I had to just separate myself from all of that. And that shift really happened within myself. Old stagnant ways of being, old ways and mannerisms that I'd approach a situation, old structures that I had myself in or had myself out of, and like find out how I even got to where I got to. It was just such a reflective time these past couple of months, because that was what was required of me to make this step up into myself. And then yeah, so I even ended up getting into an argument. And for me, I'm laughing because it's like argument. And the theme of the argument was, listen to me. Like that was my whole thing. Just listen to me, just hold space for me. And the theme of the argument was, listen to me. Like that was my whole thing. Just listen to me, just hold space for me. And as I do after every argument, because you argue with your loved ones and that is okay, but after that I asked myself, like, hey, how did we, like, where in the world are we and how did we end up here? Because again, my argument with my mum was only a reflection of what was happening on the inside, because I had to ask myself, like, why do I even care if my mum listens to me or not? Like, I've not cared before in the past. That's why I've ended up being the enlightened being that I am today, being the lover that I am today, being confident in my individuality, creativity and uniqueness. So why do I care what she says when I've always been confident in myself in the past? Like, why does it matter so much now? And then I realised, obviously, old traumas were opened. Old traumas were opened, and I wanted someone else to hold me in that situation. And I feel like for the past 22 years, I've wanted someone to hold me in that situation, when really, the only person that I was truly seeking to hold me was myself. You know, I've always kind of like egoically called myself a woman, egoically said that I'm individual, egoically claimed my life and been like, I am the creator and the captain of this ship. But then I wasn't responsible enough for every single aspect, and I wasn't truly present enough with myself to be that woman for myself, to be that sacred leader for myself, to be that sacred lover of my temple. I really wanted me to listen to me and just be confident in my feelings for once. I feel like for myself, because of like everything of the past, I haven't been confident in feeling, because it's like, oh, is it right to feel how I feel, or is it right to love this much? Is it right to care this much about people that I don't know? Struggles of an empath. Is it okay to be me? And then I had to say to myself, yes, fuck yes, yes. What? Is that even a question? So what are my intentions for this YouTube channel? Where is my mindset at? And where are we going? Because I'm creating this space, and then in this space we're creating relationships. So where are all these ships going? And I'll have to tell you, they are going nowhere. This ship is going absolutely nowhere. We're gonna sit, we're gonna be present, we're gonna be so here in these emotions, so here in our grounding, in our information, in this truth. We're gonna be so present in these waters of information, and we're gonna just root here and create new blueprints and ground ourselves in this, so that as we ground ourselves and solidify our roots, this tree, this information, this knowledge is going to grow so much. I'm inviting everyone who's in this space to grow with me, to become limitless with me, and to, you know, see the fruits of our labor manifest into such amazing things. I'm so excited for the space that I'm creating here. What do I want from you guys as the audience? You know, a relationship is always a two-way street, an exchange, and I believe there's so much power in exchange and in trade, and you'll see that manifest in my channel as well. I can't wait for us to be trading time together and trading resources together and things like that. But what I really want for us and from you as my audience is for you to stay limitless, to involve yourselves, ask questions, be present, and grow into your greatest version. So space is a space of limitlessness. So I ask you to come here and to be like stem cells. A lot of the world will try and sway you with subliminal messages, mold you and put you into their image so that they can be the gods, and use your energy to build their ships or build their vision. Whereas what I'm really asking you is to be present with yourself. Always. Always be present with your heart and how she's feeling. Be present with the body. Be present with the breath. Check in on yourself breath by breath. And when you return to this space and to these videos, let's just ponder together and ask questions. One of my biggest concerns that I've expressed with like my family members about my YouTube channel is I don't want to ever jump online and be fake, or I don't want to ever present myself and not be transparent or grounded in the messages that I'm giving. So the position that I'm always taking is to be a student and a wanderer. You guys will see me asking so many questions and just hold my hands up and just be like, hey, I don't know, because I want to be like the child. Like the child is always playing. Like this is a space of play, because as we play, as I play, I become the main character in my play. You know what I mean? You see that like main character phrase thrown around, but I really mean it. Like I am the main character of this play, of this movie. And then so I have to ask myself, like, how is it playtime? And I'm just like, yeah, it is playtime, because I am a child of God, as they say. I'm a child of the Creator. I am creation itself. Limitless, stem cell flex. That's what I mean, and I hope to bring you guys on that journey. I hope to hold that space for us, and for us to hold that space together as well. And yeah. So yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for being present. Thank you guys so much for donating your time and your energy, for building this space, for being who you are so I can be who I am. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.